The best family-friendly SUV on the market is made by Chevy. And that would be this vehicle right here, the 2021 Chevy Traverse. You guys asked me to do videos on this car, and I got to do it on this particular one because this is definitely the coolest one we've got. So in this week's Walk Around Wednesday, I picked the RS model of the Traverse because this is a very popular trim level that doesn't cost a ton of cash when you're looking for family-friendly SUVs. Not to mention, as someone who has 3 kids and didn't want a minivan, this thing is so awesome that it's not a minivan. I will say that Chevrolet did screw up something on this car, and that's the trim levels. They completely foobarred the trim levels, and it's so confusing that I even have to have a cheat sheet to tell you what trim levels there are. We have the L trim level, which is the base, and nobody's ever gonna buy that vehicle. That's the $29,995 price one. Then we go to the LS. That one's very, very popular. And then we go to LT Cloth. Then we go to RS. Then we go back to LT Leather, and then we go to Premier and High Country. Now the wheels on the RS are really, really awesome, and I love these things, but I can't believe they didn't put these on the Premier or the RS model. And we can talk about it a little bit more. I started a Discord server. The link is in the description, so I'd love to hear what you think on these vehicles. Oh my God, I thought I was getting ready to get killed.
What the hell are they doing?
Oh my God. Whew. Now back to our regularly scheduled program. So right before I thought I was going to get killed, I was going to say that it's nice to be out in the sun here in Louisville, Kentucky on this beautiful March day because we can see what these wheels really look like in the glistening sun right here. And then moving up here to the front of the RS Trailblazer, they've done some things that we see on the more expensive Tahoe, and it's kind of like that black chrome style looking up here. They put it right here as well, the RS badge. You can't go wrong with the black bow tie on the front here as well. And when you come over to the sides, these pieces right down here, these belt lines they call them, those are black as well, and they come all the way up here as well. But the only thing that you probably really need to do is have black Traverse badging right there. Moving to the back, you have this just like the front there. You got the black bow tie, you got this like black chrome style applique right there, kind of get a good picture of it. And then of course we have the power up easy tailgate, you have dual exhaust, you have trailer hitch, and then you also have amazing storage back here. And I want to say this about the storage, and this is why I think that the Traverse is the most family-friendly SUV on the market, because the inside of this Traverse has got the same interior cargo space as our old body style Tahoe. Yes, 20 back to what, 15, 14 when they made that Tahoe? It has the same exact interior space, but it's more usable in this vehicle, just like I mentioned and showed you the storage underneath, but also the storage behind that third row seat. I mean, the Tahoe only has about this much right here, and look at that. You can fit strollers back there, you can fit car seats back there, you can fit gym bags, baseball, football, hockey, whatever the case will be. Well, maybe not hockey sticks, but you can put a hockey bag back there, and then you got all that storage down there as well. And moving a little forward up to this, it's really nice to have these fold third row seats. Now, there is a little bit of an issue here that Chevrolet did make a mistake on, and that's that seat is not all the way back. That one is. So when you do this, yeah, that's what happens. Not a good thing, but most of the time people either have these seats down or they have them up. It's not kind of like split between. But if you're someone who does want one up, one down, it's nice to get 2 people back here still and have that one down for longer items. Now, a few years ago, I did a video on the Traverse before this channel was even remotely close to being relevant. And the one cool thing that I like about this Traverse is the power up and power down tailgate. But the biggest thing is what happens if one of your little kids get in here? So we'll just crush my arm and we'll see what, oh, just joking. It goes right back up. It's just a couple pounds of pressure that take this right back up. So it's a huge safety feature, which is not unique to the Traverse. It's to pretty much anything power up and down, but it's nice to know that it's safe for you and your family. And the last thing I'm going to show on the outside would be the door handles. Now, a lot of the manufacturers, including Chevy, are going skimpy and not putting power release locks right here on the other doors outside of the front one. So with kids, it's nice that if mom or dad are walking up to the vehicle, that the kids know, trust me, the kids know to hit that button to unlock. And when you hit one of these back doors or the passenger door, it unlocks all the doors for you, so it's super nice. And then coming in here, this is the most sought after option on the Traverse, is the captain's chairs in the second row. And I think the most important thing is getting legroom. I'm 6'3", and this seat is completely 100% all the way back, and you can see that I have plenty of legroom in here. Now, this seat is nowhere near what people are going to drive on a routine basis. I actually had to push this back in order to get it all the way back from when I drove it over here, because I didn't need it all the way back being so tall. Another cool feature that is on these second row seats, especially if you use that third row seat so people can fit in here nicely, is these seats actually have a long ways to go forward and aft movement to do it. And then we can just do this, relax and recline and whatnot. Then if you want to hop in here, boom, it just lays flat.
You need more space? Voila, right into the wall. Wow.
And being that this is a family-friendly vehicle, Chevrolet went to the extent of thinking correctly, right? So most of the time when you are going to like a car pickup lane or on the side of the street, you're picking up on the right side. And if someone needs to get into the back, most kids are gonna walk through here. But if they don't wanna walk through there, or you have someone like myself, Chevrolet has got this cool feature that just comes straight up like that. I can get in, and I can fit all the way back here with no problem. And they didn't skimp on the RS trim level, because when you start looking back here, they have plenty of cup holders, a USB-A power outlet right there, and on the opposite side, 2 more cup holders and a USB-A power outlet. Down there, yes, they've got USB-A's and a 120 volt outlet with rear climate controls for the passengers. And speaking of cup holders that you have in the back, you have 2 here as well as on the driver's side, and you have plenty of little bit of storage here for the kids to hide all their snacks in. Since this is a family-friendly vehicle, safety's gotta be one of the top priorities, right? Well, Chevrolet didn't skimp on that, because this thing is packed full of safety. It has automatic emergency braking. You have collision alert notification where it tells you if you're gonna hit someone. You have HD surround vision, so you can see 360 on the entire car, and as well as the front and the back, which that's the lift gate's open, so it's going to show the sky. Then back over here, you have automatic high beams, follow distance indicator up here to tell you that you're following way too close with the little ones in the side. And in the event that you're going through a parking lot and the little brats in the back are screaming their heads off and you don't see someone walk in front of you, this vehicle will stop so you don't hit someone. And then if you're by yourself and you're texting and driving when you shouldn't, we got lane keep assist with lane departure warning, and we also have blind spot indicators right there in the mirrors. And probably the coolest feature and the awesome technology that we have in this vehicle is right here, the digital rear view mirror. Yes, so when those little brats are behind you and you can't see out, now you've got the digital rear view mirror, which I've got 25,000 plus miles using this mirror. It's absolutely awesome. Actually, that's wrong. I actually have 80,000 on the Camaro and 25,000 miles on my Corvette. So you can do the math. That's a lot of miles using that mirror. And probably the most worthless feature in the vehicle is the factory navigation, because we're never going to use it, because when you come back here, you have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. And then the coolest feature is the 10-speaker Bose system in here. Oh yeah.
Sorry you had to see that.
And Chevy didn't skimp on anything else either, because we got automatic heated steering wheel. And the cool feature of this car is that you have storage right here that locks when you want to put the car in valet mode. You have 2 USB-A's down here. You have a 12 volt outlet down here. You have a nice big storage capacity right there. You have snow mode and dry mode. You got traction control, so that way if you want to shut that off and do a burnout for your friends, and then that's where your lane keep assist and lane departure warning is, and electronic parking brake. I mentioned it earlier that this vehicle stickers for about $45,000, and with a non-General Motors vehicle, when you qualify for Conquest, this thing gets to be about $41,000. This is all standard equipment that I showed you. This vehicle has no options. We can get into more detail on the Discord channel, but until then, you're gonna wanna watch that video series right there to not get scammed by a car dealership. And me and Mrs. Chevy Dude think you'll have a lot of laughs in this video.